our educators, members of the community, and those who promote it. I'd also like to thank Mayor Busse, who just a week ago sat on the stage at the Alumni McNamara Center during the Chamber's annual meeting and talked about the need for a regional vision, partnership, and solutions to some of the problems that municipalities face across the state in our current economic environment. Today is about Bloomington's future, its economic development opportunities, its place on the national stage, and most importantly, service to its residents. Thank you, Mayor Busse, for this continued partnership. Come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I am Tim Busse. I have the honor, I have the pleasure of serving as the mayor of the city of Bloomington, and I am so excited to welcome you to our 2025 State of the City Address. Of all of those honors and pleasures I have as mayor, this is one of my favorite. Such great energy in the room, so many supporters, so many folks that I haven't seen in too long. It's so great to see everybody. Thank you all for being here. To our chamber friends, to my friends, to our city staff, to supporters, to all the folks watching us on Bloomington's YouTube channel, welcome. We are so glad to have you here, so glad that you're part of this. As we get started, I want to take just a moment to thank our sponsors. You've seen their name up on the screen throughout lunch, and if you haven't had a chance to, please seek them out, talk to them. They were out in the hall earlier, they're at tables around you. These folks, without these companies, we would not be able to do this. And I want to say to them, thank you for your work, and thank you. Every time I go to a Bloomington event, a lot of these names are on the sponsor sheet. They've always supported Bloomington, and it's greatly appreciated. I wanted to call them out specifically. I want to thank Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism, our friends at Mall of America, Comcast, the Bloomington Community Foundation, CenterPoint Energy, Commuter Services, H+U Construction, Larkin Hoffman, Normandale Community College, T-Mobile Fiber, and XL Energy. As I said, we couldn't do this without you. Thank you so very, very much. We have a number of special guests and elected officials that I would like to say hello to and acknowledge this afternoon as well. I want to acknowledge we have our state representative, Julie Green. Where did Julie end up here? Where is she? Stand and wave. There she is. We have John Pacheco, who is our Metropolitan Council representative. Where is John? There he is. Our Hennepin County Commissioner, Debbie Gattell, is here. We have an entire table full of school board members right down here. Matt Dimmick, Tom Bennett, Maya Olson, Heather Starks, and Dawn Steigroff. Beth Beebe, I think, was registered as well, not here, but thank you all to our school board. We just so appreciate your work. We have the superintendent of Bloomington Public Schools, Dr. Eric Melby, is here. Did a bang-up job, remembered all the words to the Pledge of Allegiance. Well done. Dr. Joyce Esther, president of Normandale Community College. We have John Gibbs, who is the chair of the Three Rivers Park District. He is here as well. And let's see, I think that is everybody. Oh, and we also have the new president and CEO of Catholic Charities, Jamie Verburbage? Am I saying that right? Is it Verbiage or something like? Jamie Verbiage, ladies and gentlemen. My friends, the state of Bloomington, the state of our city, is strong. We are continuing to advance the priorities of our community-based Bloomington Tomorrow Together strategic plan, which has a mission to cultivate an enduring and remarkable community where people want to be. It is so fitting that at an event like this, we celebrate the best of Bloomington, and we showcase our wonderful community and so many of our successes. We work hard to come up with a theme for this event every year. Best of Bloomington rose to the top very quickly. And it was unanimous. Well, I should say it was almost unanimous. There was one member of the executive leadership team who kept insisting that we somehow include the words orange and jumpsuit into the theme. And the answer was no. It was just flat out no. So we had to move on from that. We know that our neighbors, our workers, our businesses, and our nonprofit organizations, they show us the best of Bloomington every single day. And you being here today, because you're an integral part of building an extraordinary future, is an important part of that. Another important part of that is, of course, your city council members, the folks who I work with every Monday night and who I so enjoy setting the priorities and the future for the city of Bloomington. We met earlier Dwayne Lohman, council member District 1. Sean Nelson represents District 2. Lona D'Alessandro, who is here with us today, District 3. Councilmember Victor Rivas in District 4. And our two at-large council members, Jenna Carter and Saw Mua. Let's give them a round of applause. As I said, a great group of leaders. Their contributions have led to meaningful decisions that move this community moving in a positive direction, and I really enjoy working with them. So thank you all for being here. And speaking of local government, I have to tell you folks, the future in Bloomington looks bright. For the past few years, I've had the honor of being the moderator and question asker at the Bloomington Citywide Civics Bee. It's an annual event organized by our partners at the Bloomington Public Schools, the League of Women Voters, and the City of Bloomington. Every seventh grader in our middle schools in Bloomington, Valley View, Olson, and Oak Grove, they take part. They're tested on their knowledge and understanding of civics, the basics of government at all levels. Through a qualifying exam and then civics bees at their respective schools, we go from every seventh grader in the system in Bloomington down to 9 finalists who come to Civic Plaza for the final event. I quizzed these students on several rounds of civics-related questions. Each of them did a fantastic job. You're seeing our top 3 finishers right on the screen there. Congratulations to Ewan McDonald from Oak Grove. He took first place. Caleb Lee from Valley View took second place. And Parker Anderson from Oak Grove took home third place. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now, those were our winners, but as I said, every student there did just a fantastic job. And I'll tell you, the questions were not easy. I've been doing this for a few years now, and the questions are not easy. And every time I do it, and especially this year, I got wondering, I wonder how members of the general public would do on these civics questions. And then I got wondering, I wonder how people who are attending the State of the City address would do with these questions. And so guess what? We are going to find out. We have Amber and Ashley coming around with microphones, and we are going to ask 3 questions that the students answered and answered correctly, and we're going to see how well everybody knows their civics. I didn't prep this with anybody. In fact, people don't even know they're coming. I told staff I wanted to see the terror on people's faces that they might get picked to do this. So we are going to do this, and we are going to start just randomly. I thought we'd start, how about if we start with a Carlson thing? Bo Carlson, who is the superintendent of the Three Rivers Park District, and Charlie Carlson from Center Point. Charlie's dad and I worked together 40 years ago, so I thought that was appropriate. They will be our first 2. You got to stand up, guys. You can't say no. You're eating the meal. You got to stand up, and we got to do this. Got to stand up.
That's me.
We're going to ask the question. The students are going to help ask the question, and then you're going to have an opportunity to answer, and then we'll get everybody else's feedback as well to see what the answers might be.
I'm ready to
go.
go.
Here is your first question.
My name is Ewan, and my question is, which article of the Constitution spells out the powers of the presidency? A, Article 1, B, Article 2, C, Article 3, or D, Article 4?
So Ewan read that very fast. The question is, what article of the Constitution spells out the powers of the presidency? Article 1, 2, 3, or 4? Charlie, what do you think?
I'm going to go with B, Article 2.
Charlie's going with B, Article 2. Bo, what do you think?
I'm going to go D, Article 4.
Crowd, what do you all think? What do you think it is? All right. Let's see what the correct answer is.
And the correct answer is B, Article 2.
Good job, Charlie.
Shoot.
Let's make sure we bring in a couple of our sponsors here. I'm going to go with Andrea Mokros from Comcast and Rich Hoagie from Mall of America to answer question 2 here. And I don't want any assistance from table 5 over there, okay? No assistance from table 5. You got to stand up. Got to stand up, Andrea.
I got the last one right.
Good. Well, let's see if you can go 2 for 2 with no assistance from the table. Let's see the question.
Oh, goodness.
Hi, my name is Caleb, and my question is, the Hennepin County Commission consists of how many seats? A, 5, B, 7, C, 9, or D, 11?
B,
Andrea.
7.
Andrea's going with 7. How about you, Rich?
Well, I can't choose the same answer, so
Oh, you sure could.
I'll go with A5.
A5. Crowd, what do you think? What is it? What is our correct answer?
And the correct answer is B, 7.
Very good,
I'm
Andrea.
2
Well
for
done.
2.
You're 2 for 2. And for our final question, I thought I would, call out and maybe, recognize, maybe get a little bit even with 2 guys who have kept me at city council meetings longer than anybody that I know. So I'm going to start with Bill Griffith from Larkin Hoffman and Mr. Mark Bernardson, who is Bloomington City Manager for 25 years. This is the toughest question of all 3. So here we go. Here's your question.
Hi, my name is Parker, and my question is, a member of the U.S. House of Representatives must be at least blank years old. A, 30, B, 25, C, 35, D, 21.
A member of the U.S. House must be how many years old? We'll start with Mr. Bernardson.
I'm going to say B, just for intrigue.
B, 25 is what Mark is saying. Bill?
We've rarely had the same answer, have we, Mark? I would say B as well.
B, what do you think, crowd? B, we're going with 3. B, what is our answer?
And the correct answer is B, 25.
You both got it right. Congratulations. Thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed your civics lessons today. Thank you to Ewan, Caleb, and Parker for their assistance. And as I said, congratulations to all our students who participated. Special thanks again to the League of Women Voters, Bloomington Schools, and the City Community Outreach and Engagement Division. They helped organize the event. And also a big shout out to all of the social studies teachers at those 3 buildings. They did an outstanding job prepping their students for that competition. Back to the best of Bloomington. There is much to say about the many accomplishments and the key projects that took place and started over the past year in the city of Bloomington. Let's take a look. 2024 was a remarkable year for the city of Bloomington, full of many accomplishments, new beginnings, and times when we were simply the best. As we look back, a major focus was shaping the future through key investments in spaces that preserve our natural environment and bring people together. The Bloomington Forward projects, guided by invaluable community input, saw remarkable strides throughout the year. The transformation began with the groundbreaking of the Bloomington Ice Garden Modernization Project, ensuring that this 50-year-old community amenity will continue to serve future generations. Meanwhile, the Community Health and Wellness Center is moving closer to reality with design work that shows the possibilities of a facility that will support recreational and fitness activities and community programs that residents throughout our region will enjoy. The 9 Mile Creek Corridor Renewal Project also gained momentum with many community engagement events that allowed residents to take part in its evolving vision. Looking ahead to 2025, 2 major park projects, Bryant Park and Treadbaugh Park, will soon be realized. Bryant Park will be home to the city's first fully accessible playground, making play more inclusive for all. Treadbaugh Park is being reimagined into a bike skills park, offering a space where cyclists of all ages can grow and learn. Economic growth continued to shape Bloomington's identity. The inaugural year of the Hatch Bloomington contest showcased outstanding business ideas, with Scramblin' Egg taking home the $100,000 prize. Their journey from food truck to brick and mortar at 7828 Portland Avenue South is a testament to the city's entrepreneurial spirit. Several local businesses also expanded their footprint. Luro Boots settled into a larger space on Portland Avenue, while Europolis reinvigorated its corner at 90th and Penn with a beautifully renovated space celebrating its popular Greek cuisine. Several businesses, including Waffle Bar, Perk Up Kitchen, Backstory Coffee, Claw Zone Park, Wilderness Inquiry, and TKDA, joined our vibrant commercial landscape. And larger industry leaders like Polar Semiconductor and Skywater Technology will continue to invest in the Bloomington community, expanding production through Federal CHIPS Act funding. Meanwhile, new developments at Southtown signal continued growth for the city. Bloomington received numerous accolades in 2024, underscoring the city's commitment to excellence. Once again, the city earned the distinction of Best in Glass for the highest quality tap water in Minnesota, an honor awarded by the Minnesota section of the American Water Works Association. The Minneapolis Regional Chamber recognized Bloomington at the Leaders and Innovators Awards, celebrating the police department's Bloomington Community Brain Health Services program in its public safety category, and the 9 Mile Creek Corridor Renewal Project for its dedication to sustainability. Health and wellness remained a central focus. Based on resident feedback and community data, Bloomington was honored with the 2024 Voice of the People Award for transformation in health and wellness from Polco and the International City County Management Association. Our arts and culture scene also received national recognition. Bloomington was named one of the top arts communities in the U.S., with the Minneapolis-St. Paul-Bloomington metro area ranking 5th in the 2024 Arts Vibrancy Index, a reflection of our city's thriving creative energy. Creative placemaking is an integral part of making this work happen in 2024, unveiling new art boxes, the South Loop Community Garden in partnership with Parks and Recreation, a COVID-19 memorial in partnership with Public Health, and Latino Nature Fest at the Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge Visitor Center. Additionally, the creation of a citywide creative placemaking plan is underway, with engagement efforts including 20 artist-led pop-up activities throughout the summer to help shape the plan. Clear, effective, and transparent communications continue to be a priority, with Bloomington earning state and national recognition for projects such as the Bloomington Forward Education Campaign, the Corporate Report to the Community, the Bloomington Briefing Newsletter, and Bloomington Today News Show, as well as a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Minnesota Association of Government Communicators for Communications Administrator Janine Hill, recognizing her leadership and outstanding accomplishments in the profession. As we reflect on a year of growth, achievement, and community spirit, one thing remains clear. Bloomington is not just moving forward, it is thriving with purpose, resilience, and a shared vision for the future. As you saw in the video, and as I'm sure you know, in November 2023, Bloomington voters approved a new 0.5% sales tax to provide community investments totaling $155 million. The funding is for renovations to Bloomington Ice Garden, a new community health and wellness center, and enhancing and protecting the 9 Mile Creek Corridor and Moyer and Central Parks. These projects are well underway. If you've driven past, you've seen that the construction fence is up at Bloomington Ice Garden. It closed earlier this month to undergo major renovations to enhance the experience for athletes, fans, and visitors. These upgrades include new rink floors and dasher boards, a state-of-the-art refrigeration system, and a new roof. Additionally, Rink 3 is slimming down from its Olympic size down to a more typical NHL-sized rink. The improvements don't stop there. Seating areas, locker rooms, restrooms, and the concession areas are all getting a much-needed refresh. And this fall, just in time for the hockey season, you are all welcomed back for a big ribbon cutting at Big. The 9 Mile Creek Corridor Renewal Project team continues to be busy at work, moving into the schematic design phase of this project. This is the first phase of design where the details in the project actually start to come to life. The next round of engagement is actually next week on March 26th. You are all invited, where attendees can review the progress and provide comments to help fine-tune the design. Construction is anticipated to begin next year. And it's an exciting time for the new Community Health and Wellness Center as well. In April, the City Council will be reviewing schematic design, and once that design is approved, we'll know specifics about what kind of amenities will be in the new center. Right now, the draft design includes spaces for aquatics, indoor play, exercise, an indoor walking track, group fitness classes, a cafe, and many, many multi-purpose rooms that can be used for things like senior programming and other community programming. All of this, of course, as they say, is subject to change and pending official approval, but it's safe to say that this new center will provide an inclusive gathering space for the entire Bloomington community, welcoming people of all ages, interests, and abilities with something for everyone to enjoy. Beyond the Bloomington Forward projects, we continue to have a sharp focus on economic development in Bloomington. I'm so excited to announce that in February, the city approved its first ever citywide economic development strategic plan. You heard that right, the first ever citywide economic development strategic plan. Our Port Authority will direct the work and guide the plan, and it will serve as a guide over the next 5 years to position Bloomington as an economic leader in the region.
This is a plan for Bloomington's economy. We want to make sure that we are engaging those stakeholders that are most invested in the economy. We've done a lot of community engagement.
The city is really here to serve us, and so the city can't do its work, can't meet its mission, can't solve for some of the issues if they don't hear from the people who live here and the people who work here.
The plan is guided by a 13-member steering committee. These are business owners, community members, representative of large employers and universities that all have an interest in making sure that Bloomington's economy is strong and growing.
Bloomington is one of our larger cities, and they provide a lot to the state and local economy.
When people come to tour, to decide, shall I move here, shall I come and attend this school, it matters to them what they arrive at, how it looks, how safe and welcoming it feels to them.
I had a really good experience opening a business in Bloomington. I found a lot of the city officials were super helpful, very responsive. I do think that there are some old procedures and policies or maybe even rules in place in Bloomington that really need to be revamped, and I think being on this committee I can hopefully help influence that so that the next businesses that come to Bloomington find it just a little bit easier to navigate.
It's probably no surprise that we will continue to focus on small business. That's been a big priority for the city. We're also hoping to really celebrate some of our high-tech manufacturing here in Bloomington, including the semiconductor industry. We will, of course, continue to support our hospitality industry as well. We'll be looking at developing more intentional relationships with workforce development partners to make sure we have the employees who are ready and trained to fill the jobs of the future here in Bloomington. We want to see our Bloomington residents being able to be employed here in industries close to their homes. And finally, the small business community brings so much richness and authenticity to Bloomington.
As we move forward with our work with the business community, it's important to know what the business community is thinking. So last year we sent out a business survey, randomly and anonymously, to 400 Bloomington businesses. The survey showed that the City of Bloomington and our business community partners have a strong and productive relationship. Some important takeaways from that survey. Communication is, of course, key, and communication between the city and the business community is highly rated. Businesses also expect value. We all do. And the survey showed that the value of city services is ranked at the top of the metro area. And that acknowledgement of value is even higher when business owners have a full understanding about the city share of their property tax bill. Respondents rated the business climate as 97% excellent or good. They also rated the labor pool high, with quality receiving 96% and quantity 95% as excellent or good. Businesses cited 5 major reasons for locating in Bloomington: customer base, space availability, proximity to home, quality of life, and location, 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 which is just one thing. That isn't 3 things, it's just one thing. Concerns we heard from businesses were no surprise, and they're the same concerns I think we all have: inflation, the cost of doing business, taxes, and high rent and leases. Our new citywide economic development plan also acknowledges that a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't really work. Our entrepreneurs, our existing and growing small businesses, and our large employers all have different needs. And with the expanded resources in our Port Authority, we are doing more to meet those needs. For our entrepreneurs, Hatch Bloomington is truly the best of Bloomington. As the video said, and I hope you have heard, Hatch is a pitch competition where entrepreneurs pitch their business ideas to a panel of judges and to the public. The top prize is $100,000 and support to open a brick-and-mortar retail business right here in Bloomington. Last year, the city partnered with our partners at the Minneapolis Chamber, and it was a huge success. Thank you so much to them. And our winner, as you saw, was our friends at Scramblin' Egg. Congratulations to Grant Wietenheimer and Nick Peterson. They make a killer breakfast sandwich. The opening of their permanent space, a fast casual egg-centric restaurant in the Town and Country Shopping Center at Portland and American Boulevard, is just around the corner. Be on the lookout for the ribbon cutting. Grant and Nick were going to be with us here today, but of course they're businessmen, and the weather is nice enough that they've got their food truck out already, so they're not able to join us, but congratulate them next time you do see them. Beyond the winners, we want Hatch to be a resource to everyone who participates, whether it's refining the business pitch, developing the network, or getting advice from experts. We want the journey to be as beneficial as the ultimate destination. We had a great bunch of business ideas entered in last year's contest, and 2 other finalists who made it to the top 3 include Muna Mohammed, founder of Calzone Activewear. It's a modest and culturally sensitive activewear company. And Raisa Laban, who's the founder of Noonan African Restaurant and Cuisine. Raina is with us today. Congratulations. Hatch also provided Bloomington with some great visibility and positioned Bloomington as an exciting place to do business. Our monitoring service estimated that media coverage reached a combined potential audience of 56.3 million people with a total publicity value of $653,000. Now that's on a $50,000 investment. That's what you call return on investment. And folks, we are 10 short days away from opening this year's Hatch Bloomington competition. Mark your calendars for March 31st. For more information, please visit hatchbloomington.com. Now, you heard in the video about just some of the new business openings over the past years. Those ribbon cuttings and those groundbreakings are one thing that I absolutely love to do as mayor. I love meeting the owners and their families and their supporters, and I think it's really important to be there and to congratulate them on arguably, which is probably the biggest day of their lives, opening their own business, and to say thank you to them for choosing Bloomington and for opening their business here. You know, but something about these photos, if you take a look, when we went through these, something stood out to me. If you look, I'm literally wearing the same outfit at every ribbon cutting. And they're not all on the same day. And if we scroll down a little bit, you'd see I'm wearing the same khaki pants. Now, I think this is a staff issue. Somebody needs to say, dude, get a different shirt. And to be clear, I went back last year and I looked what I wore to this event to avoid that very thing. So I was not wearing this suit. Beyond our entrepreneurs, Bloomington has an exciting mix of small and medium-sized businesses, and the city is doing more to assist with their success as well. The Facade Improvement Program offers matching grants of up to $25,000 to cover project costs for businesses to improve their curb appeal, building facade, signage, sidewalks, patios, lighting, and so much more. Welcoming Wednesdays is a monthly session that supports startups and entrepreneurs to connect with business resources that are available at no cost. And Elevate Hennepin offers free advising services and other resources to start a business to take an established business to the next level, and that's thanks to our partners at Hennepin County, so thank you so very much to them. And the final piece of this economic development puzzle that we've been working on is with our larger employers. A few weeks ago, I had the privilege of hosting Bloomington's inaugural CEO Summit, which brought together leaders of our largest companies to discuss economic development and collaboration. The idea of the summit was to strengthen relationships, to drive growth, innovation, and a stronger future for the city. Executives from companies like Health Partners, Seagate, Toro, Mall of America, they joined us to talk about key initiatives, recent developments and strategies to attract talent and retain business. Attendees shared just how valuable this all was. As we all suspected, these folks that didn't necessarily know each other, and to sit down to talk and to develop those relationships was very beneficial. And this is just the beginning. We plan to keep this conversation going with future summits and ongoing engagement. We have plenty of exciting redevelopment underway in our city in both business expansions and with our housing development. Let's take a look. Over the past year, Bloomington has experienced notable redevelopment, marked by several property renovations and new developments. Schneiderman's Furniture converted an office building into their newest showroom and retail space. Luther Hyundai expanded its operation, and Walser Toyota completed construction on its new combined dealership and corporate headquarters. Industrial expansions are underway at Seagate, and Six Sensors began construction on a new office building in the South Loop District this year. 2024 was another successful year for multifamily residential developments, with the opening of 3 major apartment complexes: Noble, Ardor, and Oxborough Heights Senior Apartments. Construction also began on the Knox, Rosalind, and Ever apartments, which will all include affordable units. Since 2020, the city has seen the addition of nearly 2,900 new multifamily units, with roughly another 1,200 units currently under construction or in the pipeline. Of these 4,100 units, 875 are affordable housing. In 2024, new construction contributed more than $128 million in added assessed value to the city. With several projects in the pipeline, 2025 is poised to be another strong year for development in Bloomington. Of course, if we're talking about the best of Bloomington, we have to talk about our hospitality industry. Bloomington continues to be #1 in hotel occupancy rates compared to a group of peer cities that we generally look at. Now, occupancy rates are not just a vanity thing. They are a key indicator. Occupancy rates directly impact revenue, they inform pricing and marketing strategies, and most importantly, they indicate market demand. Bloomington is in demand. If you'll notice, all of those cities that were on the screen there, they are much larger than Bloomington. They are regional centers. Many of them are state capitals. Our partners at Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism do outstanding work promoting Bloomington hotels and our amenities, and they work closely with our friends in Minneapolis and St. Paul to bring in big events. And speaking of the best of Bloomington, each year Bloomington Travel and Tourism hosts their annual Diamond Service Award. This year will be their 27th annual event. The Diamond Service Award honors individuals on the front lines of hospitality. The service workers like the dishwashers, bartenders, and shuttle bus drivers, people who in many cases are the face of Bloomington for visitors who come to Bloomington. And these are the people who contribute to Bloomington's success as a first-rate destination. Our city staff also play an important role in the Diamond Service Awards. Bloomington Health Inspectors, the city's Advisory Board of Health, and the city's environmental health staff all have a hand in selecting recipients of food safety awards. Now, we have looked, and there is not another city or region that does this type of celebratory recognition of the service industry people who play such an important role of the success of our hospitality industry. If you haven't been before, I'd encourage you to go. Tickets are available. The one word that I would use to describe the Diamond Service Awards is joyous. It is a lot of fun, and you really should experience it if you can. Folks, we are now at the point of the State of the City presentation that over the years has come to be the most highly anticipated part of this presentation. I know you've been waiting for it. You've been wanting it to happen. You've been wondering when it's going to be here. That's right, folks, now is the time for us to talk about the 494 project. That's right. It's kind of like the in memoriam section of the Oscars, but not as much fun. Here's the update. Work is going on. Here's the update. Work is going to continue for the next 4 years. Now, to distract from that reality, you'll see on the screen a really cool drone shot looking down at the project. And I'm supposed to say something about easy pass lanes or new pavements or bridges, but all you're going to remember are 4 more years and this cool drone shot. That's all we've got to remember, because really that's what we have to say about it. And we will move on. Switching gears from a business perspective to the work that we do internally at Civic Plaza. It's time for me to take a bit of mayor's prerogative and do a little bragging about the outstanding work being done by the men and women who provide first-class municipal services to the residents and the businesses of Bloomington. Let me share with you some of the best of what's happening within our city organization. As you might know, our city manager of 10 years, Jamie Verbrugge, left in December to lead Catholic Charities. We are now in the capable hands, the more than capable hands, of our 2 assistant city managers, Kathy Hedin and Elizabeth Tolsman. They are sharing the leadership duties of the top position in the interim. I want them to stand up so you can all see who they are and meet them. There's Kathy, there's Elizabeth. They are doing fantastic work, and we fully will keep you all informed as we move forward filling this important leadership position. Our finance department is on a run of success and excellence that dates back more than half a century, which means it dates back longer than most of our city council members have been alive. Again this year, Bloomington was awarded the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting for the city's annual report. That makes 53 years in a row that Bloomington has received this award. It's the longest active streak among Minnesota cities. Bloomington again received the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for the 29th year in a row. And for good measure, the city received the award for Outstanding Achievement in Popular Annual Financial Reporting. That's 25 years in a row. Now, the Government Finance Officers Association just doesn't hand these things out. They are significant awards, and they reflect our city's finance department's commitment to transparency, high standards, and the adherence to the highest principles of government budgeting. It's outstanding work that they do. Now, the fact that we're here, I think, tells me that you all enjoy, as I do, living and working in the city of Bloomington. And according to our 2024 National Community Survey, we are in good company. When asked to rank Bloomington as a place to live, 89% of our respondents rated our city as excellent or good. Overall quality of life here ranked highly too, with 84% of respondents also saying excellent or good. Here's a snapshot of other notable areas. Residents provided high ratings for this community's ability to attract and then to value and respect people of diverse backgrounds. No surprise, as you saw earlier, residents continued to praise the quality of drinking water in the city of Bloomington. After seeing a decline in 2023, ratings for street repair rebounded sharply in 2024, which is always a good thing. Trended upward to 63% positive, and it's the highest score that this survey item has ever received since we began surveying. Continuing a trend seen in 2023, residents shared a more positive outlook on the economy's impact on their family's income in the next 6 months. And I'm happy to report that respondents said the value of the services for taxes paid increased from 56 to 63%. Of course, the lion's share of the work, the value that comes from all of this comes from the staff who provide those services. And I want to introduce you to a few of them. Let me introduce you to Bernadette Gillespie, a building official who has been with the city for 10 years. Bernadette was recently featured in an article about women in the construction industry in the Building Safety Journal for Women in Construction Week. Folks, there are only 10 female building officials in the entire state of Minnesota. Bernadette leads a team that reviews and inspects all buildings for their compliance with the Minnesota State Building Code. In 2024, the division performed almost 19,000 inspections, more than 3,000 plan reviews, and took more than 24,000 calls for inspections and questions. Great work. I know Bernadette is here. I think she is here. Where is she? There she is. Stand up and wave, Bernadette. Congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. As you all know, the Bloomington community continues to place high value on public safety services. Police, fire, and public works services, they are at the core of what we do as a city. And folks, our Bloomington Police Department is the best in the state of Minnesota. They get the work done, as evidenced by overall crime being reduced by almost 8% over the last 3 years. And that work is reflected in the results of the community survey that I talked about. 9 out of 10 respondents said they felt safe in their neighborhoods and in Bloomington's commercial areas. Similarly, 8 in 10 respondents reported feeling safe from violent crime and property crime. And in addition to doing the job, our Bloomington police officers do the job right, serving under the core value of respect. We just learned that in May, Synergy and Leadership Exchange, an advocate for character and ethical leadership development, will present a 2025 Minnesota Ethical Leadership Award to Bloomington Police. Chief Hodges and Deputy Chief Bitney are here. Gentlemen, thank you for your work and your leadership. Congratulations on the award. So one concerning item in our community survey was the fact that the ratings for the availability of affordable quality mental health care declined 15% from 2023. We recognize this is a need in our community. It's a need everywhere, and we are responding. Last year, police, in collaboration with our outstanding public health staff, kicked off the Bloomington Community Brain Health Services Program, which serves residents who are in crisis and post-crisis. The program arranges for immediate, appropriate emergency medical care and referrals to Hennepin County social workers. But the key to the program is that they then follow up with post-crisis stabilization through intermediate access to mental health treatment services at no cost. And the immediate access to care is critical. Rather than waiting weeks for follow-up care, people in crisis get help within hours. To date, 74 individuals, couples, and families have been referred for services, and more than 40 referrals who have used the service continue with mental health treatment. The program was recognized with an award from the Minneapolis Chamber last year, and I'm pleased to announce that this program will receive the Excellence in Innovation Award from the Minnesota Chiefs of Police Association this year. Congratulations to our police, our public health, and to marriage and family licensed therapists Janet Yates and Luke Campbell for initiating this first in Minnesota program. So well done. Our Bloomington Optimist Club Respect for Law Award was presented to Police Officer Andy Platt this year. Officer Platt joined BPD in 2004, and over the past 2 decades, he's served on several specialty assignments, including as a crime technician, field training officer, honor guard member, range officer, and a mobile field force squad leader. As an honor guard member, he attends funerals throughout the state while leading the team in honoring officers who have died in the line of duty. Officer Plant was also the recipient of BPD's Officer of the Year Award this year. Congratulations to Officer Plant. On the civilian side, public safety telecommunicator Michelle Martinson was named the BPD Civilian Staff Member of the Year. Michelle serves as a hostage negotiator, communications training officer, and a command post operator. She received multiple nominations for this award, and they came in referencing her exceptional dedication and hard work while demonstrating respect in all her interactions. Congratulations to Michelle. Our Bloomington Fire Department continues their work to build a combination full-time and paid on-call roster. They will add 18 firefighters at the end of this month, thanks to a federal grant that we really hope doesn't go away. That additional staff will continue to improve our service levels and to better meet the public safety needs for our community. And folks, they are busy. The department responded to nearly 10,500 calls for service in 2024 and to more than 1,000 calls in January of this year alone. Chief Seal and Deputy Chief Forrester are here. Thank you for your work, gentlemen. I think Chief Forrester and Chief Seal, where was he? There he is. Thank you very much. We are proud to recognize Ron Crook as the 2024 Firefighter of the Year. Ron started as a paid on-call firefighter in 2016 before going full-time as a firefighter and fire inspector in 2022. He tackles everything from fire operations and investigations to inspections and community education. And I do want to say, and I say this with complete respect and recognition, Ron looks like a firefighter, doesn't he? I mean, that's what a firefighter should like. Let's congratulate Ron. Now, the police and the firefighters get all the publicity and love, but excellence runs deep in our city staff. I want you to meet Fleet Technician Joe Lisden. Joe works on everything from small lawnmowers to large specialty equipment. Now, all of our city technicians are fantastic. Combined, they have 169 automotive service excellence certifications, which is fantastic, as I said. But Joe has achieved his world-class technician certification. Now, since the world-class technician certification was established 35 years ago, only 2,000 people out of 250,000 certified technicians nationwide have received this certification. Joe is here today. Where's Joe? There he is. There's Joe. We received word this week that Joe will be appearing on an upcoming WCCO Sunday morning show. Thanks for all you do, Joe, to keep the fleet moving and for the work you do keeping Bloomington safe. Thank you so very much. Our utility crews also deserve a shout out. This winter was mild, I guess, by Minnesota winter standards, but it was tough on underground infrastructure. With very limited snow cover and temperatures that pinballed from 20 below to 40 degrees and then back down to 10 below, it really took its toll on the underground infrastructure, especially our water mains. In January and February of this year, utility crews worked on 16 water main breaks. And to put that in perspective, during the same time last year, we had only seen 3 water main breaks. Thank you so much to these crews for braving sometimes brutal weather conditions in the middle of the night, doing the work necessary to make sure that the water works. Let's give them a round of applause also. Not only do our public safety personnel have all the right moves when it comes to public service, they also take the time to have just a little bit of fun in our online community.
Cadeias, popozuras fazem duro quadradinho. Desce até o chão, esse é bonde do Brunão. Desce até o chão, esse é bonde do Brunão. Rebola, for Brunão. Bola, for. Yeah. Emergency.
In total, these Instagram reels were viewed more than 768,000 times. They garnered more than 32,000 likes, 600 comments, and were shared 12,000 times. In fact, overall, in just 6 months, the city's Instagram has received nearly 1 million views and has attracted more than 52,000 interactions. A shout out to our communications staff and all of city staff who contribute to this engaging way of just having a little bit of fun in the work that we do. So well done to our communications team. Now, whether you own your own business, live or work in our city, you are an essential part of the best of Bloomington. Let's take a minute to introduce you to some of the innovative, talented, caring people whose contributions make this community special.
I've always been interested in art. The decision to officially call myself an artist has come in fits and spurts. I'm Jamie Schumacher Kalakaramava. I am an artist, author, and mom living in Bloomington.
I've never had a boring life. I love costumes, it's a big part of it. So my name is Riet Veldhuizen van der Blij, and I'm the founder and director of the Continental Ballet Company for 35 years.
Perk Up Kitchen is a place for the community to gather, meet friends and family, and enjoy a unique homemade meal. We also own Westside Perk Coffee Shop. I think that we fell in love with the community. We were able to build a really great clientele of people at the coffee shop.
Being raised by my grandmother, she was all about making sure I know my family and know my friends, but also know my history. My name is Chris Peterson. I work at Normandale Community College in the campus store bookstore area. So I wanted to give the students the opportunity to learn a little bit of history, whether it's Hispanic Heritage Month or Black History Month, to do a pop-up museum.
This was my dream from when I was little, to open an arcade place. I love claw machines. I love everything that I have into this place. I'm Andrew Tan. I'm a co-owner of Claw Zone Park. It's our first business that we actually opened.
So this is my most recent book. It's a children's book. It's called Half a World Away. I wrote it and did the illustrations. I received a Loft Fellowship. They have a really great program for children's literature, which is meant to encourage more diversity in children's literature. I'm really lucky to get to serve on Bloomington's Creative Placemaking Commission. We've got a really great commission here.
I was born in Rijswijk in Holland. One of my friends took me to a studio. Right away I knew I was going to do that. I loved it. There is not a classic company who brings all the classic pieces like Swan Lake, The Sleeping Beauty. Bloomington is so lucky to have the company. Not about me, but about the company. We have professional, beautiful dancers.
Most of our staff there are Bloomington residents, so we just really loved the people and knew that they would be supportive of us coming in this new venture here. We are a family-owned local business, and we appreciate the support from the community.
When I hear stuff that they didn't know, it just gives me an opportunity to see what I'm going to do next year. I think that's one of the big importance of me trying to do what I can for the students, because I don't know where they're from, but I would love to know where they're going.
Claw Zone Park is a place for family and kids and everyone to come out to have fun and good time for entertainment. And we are glad to have this in the city of Bloomington.
Please join me in thanking our notable neighbors. With us here today are Jamie Schumacher Kalakaramava, Chris Peterson, Riet Veldhuizen van der Blij, and Andrew Tan. Why don't you stand up and give everybody a wave, please. Now, we all know that when families are looking for a city to live in, who the mayor is pretty well down the list. At the top of the list, of course, is our school system, our education system throughout the community. And when we talk about the best of Bloomington, we absolutely need to include our Bloomington schools and our institutions of higher learning. Let's start with Normandale. Normandale is Minnesota's largest community college, the second largest institution in the Minnesota state system, with the third largest undergraduate enrollment of any public college or university in the state. And it's one of the state's most affordable colleges. Normandale is among a handful of two-year colleges in the nation that are nationally accredited in art, music, and theater, and the nursing program recently celebrated its 50th anniversary of accreditation. President Joyce Esther, the powerhouse that leads the organization, was named a 2024 Women in Business honoree by the Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal. This January, Northwestern Health Sciences University welcomed its largest new student winter term class ever. Their enrollment now tops 1,000 students. The College of Chiropractic continues to graduate the next generation of professionals in the chiropractic field, with graduates ranking #2 in board scores across the country. Its fastest growing program is Post-Baccalaureate Pre-Health, which helps students get enrolled in medical schools across the country. And the university was recently awarded a grant by the Minnesota Opioid Epidemic Response Advisory Council to develop and distribute online healthcare professional continuing education courses. They do outstanding work at Northwestern Health Sciences. And our Bloomington Public Schools, under the leadership of Super Nintendo Dr. Eric Melby, and our great partners on the school board, are a point of enormous pride for the city of Bloomington. I will ask you all, mark your calendars now. April 15th is the State of the Schools address. I know they would love to see us all there. I will certainly be there and looking forward to it. Washburn Elementary School will become a district-wide early childhood and welcome center this fall, housing early childhood and preschool programs currently located at Pond, Southwood, and different school sites. The district is connecting with students with opportunities in the critical semiconductor field through partnerships with Seagate, Skywater, Polar, and TEL, and with a collaboration with Hennepin Technical College. Construction is set to begin this summer on new stadiums at Kennedy and Jefferson High Schools, including new artificial turf, improved and increased seating, and other improvements to provide a real home game experience for our student athletes. The new stadiums, of course, replace Bloomington Stadium, which hosted the two schools for more than 50 years. Jody Carafel is a language arts teacher at Olson Middle School, and she is one of 31 semifinalists for Minnesota Teacher of the Year. Jody's a homegrown Bloomington teacher. She attended Olson Junior High and graduated from Jefferson. She's been teaching at Olson Middle School for her entire 30-year career, which is also the school she attended as a student. Now, semifinalists for Teacher of the Year were selected from a group of 142 candidates from across the state, including 5 from Bloomington Public Schools. Jody is here with us today. Where is Jody? There she is. Stand up and give a wave. Best of luck, Jody. And Normandale Hills Elementary music teacher Jeff Zupfer, also known as Mr. Z, is the recipient of an Inclusive Educator Award for his work to support the inclusion of unique learners. The award is given by Intermediate School District 917, which provides specialized programming to member districts, including Bloomington Public Schools. Jeff was nominated and recognized for fostering an inclusive learning environment for deaf and hard of hearing students. Let's learn more about Mr. Z.
All right.
He's really kind and very funny every single day. He includes kids a lot in what he does.
He's approachable and welcoming.
You can go like horse feet, clap, clap, clap.
He's just a wonderful person to be around.
My name is Jeff Zupfer. I teach elementary music. I've been at Normandale Hills in Bloomington here for 29 years. That's a gratitude matter.
He creates original songs for Normandale Hills, and they truly become a soundtrack for the lives and the journey that our students have as they grow, kindergarten through 5th grade. Mr. Z received the Inclusive Educator Award.
I'm from District 917, who is a district that serves a variety of districts to provide paras for kids who have special needs. And I was nominated by our DHH interpreter.
One of the reasons she thought of nominating him is because he has created songs that incorporate sign language.
I know it's a cliche, but it was humbling to get that award just because I know so many of the people at Normandale Hills do that work of inclusion. It's a great affirmation to get that, but it's also like something that's truly shared and is part of the DNA of Normandale Hills.
The songs, a lot of them, talk about how people can be included no matter how they came here or what race they are. They're still included no matter what. He's the best teacher. He always helps us. He is so kind. It's so good to have him.
My friends, please welcome Mr. Z and students from Normandale Hills Elementary.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are super glad to be here in this room full of VIPs. We are a little sad because we had to miss some school to be here, but we will do our best. We have this little ritual at Normandale Hills when we get together as a school, which is quite a bit, once a month, just to kind of make everyone feel like we're together in this. So we're going to change it up just a little bit, but could everybody go like this, and to yourself, right here where your heart is, and say, I am Bloomington. I am Bloomington. That was okay. I am Bloomington. All right, find somebody you came with, somebody you know, look them in the eye and say, you are Bloomington. You are Bloomington. Find somebody you don't know. Do something very un-Minnesotan. Find somebody you don't know and look at him and say, you are Bloomington. You are Bloomington. Nice. Let's give these kids a look. Everybody, just the grown-ups. Say, you are Bloomington. You are Bloomington. And we can say it to them too. Kids, say, you are Bloomington. You and one more big one here. Everybody say, we are Bloomington. We are Bloomington. Got a little song for you. You and me. Wherever you're from, or how far you come. Let these many feet send a long, strong beat. We need every voice. So come join the song where you belong. Got that clap, everybody? 3 in a row. You can do it. You and me. We belong. Here it comes. Nice. Wherever you're from. Wherever you're from. How far you've come, you belong. We're on the same road. We're on the same road. So let's share our love. You are not alone. You are not alone. You have found a home where you belong. Everybody clap that out. You and me, you and me, we belong. Here, you and me, we belong. All right, I see the mayor is starting to join in a little bit. Let's get everybody up. Let's stretch a little bit. Come on, if you can, stand up if you are able. The children will lead you. Let's sing it. Let's show it. You and me, we belong. Here come the claps. You and me, let's hear it. You and me. Come on, grown ups. Just the grown-ups, let's hear it. You and me. You and me. Well, there it is. Everybody, big finish. You and me, last time. You and me. We belong. Jazz hands on this one.
Thank you, Mr. Z. Thank you so very much for the students. Hope you didn't miss too much class. And what a wonderful way to wrap up our 2024 State of the City, or 2025 State of the City address. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thank you for your involvement, your commitment to, and your love of the city of Bloomington. Thank you so very much. Everybody have a wonderful first full weekend of spring. Thank you much.